Good morning. This is Reverend Dore teaching the science of mind, faith, philosophy, and way of life from Sarasota, Florida. Another great winter day down here. Today we want to talk about why is it so hard to change your life? You know, of all the people that I personally know in my life, the only one that really doesn't have much they want to change is my dear wife, Susan. Oh, she has desires like that new, very expensive and very lovely home she's designing for us, but she is very happy with just about all of her world. Most everyone else of my acquaintance has something they would really like to change: jobs, spouses, homes, locales, faces, weight, sizes of bank accounts, you name it. Well, come to think of it, my wife would really like a big increase in the bank account. The subject is change, and we all seem to want change, but so seldom do we succeed in making it. I want to be a lot slimmer, like 65 pounds slimmer, and wishing and hoping wasn't working. So I had to use a two-pronged approach to begin to create a major change in my health, appearance, clothing sizes, and general feeling of well-being. I've lost almost 20 pounds at this rate, and that's only the beginning. The real job lies ahead. But I feel much better already. So how do we change, and how do we miss so often? Number one, I believe the first step is to prepare the mind as a farmer prepares the soil before he plants. You wouldn't go out and just try to shove seed down into the hard ground, would you? That's what we're doing when we make resolutions or we make a decision to do something, and we don't do the prep work first. Most of us just decide to lose weight, then tune into Dr. Oz on TV for the latest fad diet, but do nothing to dislodge the deeply rooted fat man or woman that has lived in our subconscious or subjective mind, sometimes for decades. That's why most diets fail, including about a dozen of my former ones. We begin to starve the body while the mind is still embracing and picturing the fat person inside. This sets up a serious conflict between the mind and the body, and in that contest the mind always wins, because you see, the mind controls the body, not the other way around. Even I sometimes forget that nothing changes in our world unless the outer and the inner are in sync. While the carb or calorie intake plummets, the mind thinks, oh my God, he's starving me to death. Quick, store every bit of fat and energy we can, or we could die in the hands of this madman. Remember this: the old Paleolithic man or woman, caveman, still lives in our DNA, and that genetic and cellular memory is really strong. Lack of food and fuel meant starvation to paleo person, so we are programmed to avoid that at all costs. Yes, a saber-toothed tiger may get me, but by God, I'm not going to starve to death, says our inner paleo person. How do we override the ancient guardian of our survival that lives within the heart and mind of every human being? Well, by putting our starvation watchman to sleep by reprogramming. It's the only way to do it. You got to put him to sleep or eliminate him. We need to spend as much time building the thin person in our minds as we do on our diet. Affirmations are rather like prayer light, but they can be very helpful here. Try saying to yourself that I am growing thinner and thinner by the day. That's all you have to say. It goes into your subconscious and it works. Here's another one. Very soon I will reach my perfect weight and will look and feel wonderful. That's a good one because you can picture the new you that way. Is there help when the cravings hit? Yes. When you're doing low carb and feel like you could kill for a piece of toast with that bacon and egg breakfast, just say, you know, bread goes right to my tummy and butt and it really doesn't taste good anyway. Or you could say, you know, I can eat the cream cheese that I used to put on the toast. I can have all I want of that, and that's where the real flavor is anyway. Make sure that you have an awful photo of the fat you on or near the refrigerator. That'll reinforce your desire to shed pounds. Every time you look at Mr. Babundum, the Michelin tire man that's got your name under it, that'll help. I believe that fat people are a lot like alcoholics. They live in denial, and I am a prime example. I look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm not fat, just stocky and strong. Look at that great thick hair and those sparkling blue eyes. I just choose not to see the multiple chins, the no-neck look, and the belly that refuses to allow pants to fit right. I don't want to think about the size 52 suit now in my closet when I used to wear a size 40. Like beating the bottle, which I have done years ago, becoming the thin you again is first a matter of really seeing and speaking the truth about who you've become. Denial is not a way of life, it's just a river in Egypt, my friends. My bride has been a great help with this. She calls me no-neck, so I have a great mirror in her lovely 6-foot-tall blonde self. Be sure that you have a photo of your ideal weight, something from years ago where you look terrific, that you can carry around and look at and inspire yourself to what you can be again. Have it where you can see it each time you pull out your debit or credit card. This is your real reward. A you that can go to the beach without a cover-up or a swimsuit that could double as a Saudi king's ceremonial tent. A you that can run again, have great sex again, be proud of the reflection in the mirror again instead of making excuses for being big. Begin to focus on what people will say when your 270-pound self shows up as the 170-pound version. Imagine the praise you will get for doing what too many Americans talk about but so seldom achieve. Imagine how proud you'll feel when Dr. Oz or the newscaster comes out with the latest statistics that reveal that, yes, Americans are once again the fattest people per capita on the planet. But you'll know that you're no longer one of them. You're in that wonderful thin minority. Wow, won't that feel good? It will to me, I can tell you that. If you are to be successful on your change quest, whatever it is, I used weight as an example because it's such an endemic problem in the United States and it's spreading around the world as formerly poor countries become wealthy. But it works in every desire you have. Live in the fulfillment of your desire. Don't focus on the first step or the struggle along the way. What you think and say to yourself is the most powerful programming that your mind receives, and it's the input that takes the deepest root. Watch yourself talk. Above all else, watch what you say to yourself. It is how you sabotage your dreams and desires, is that negative self-talk. If one human being on the planet has ever achieved their weight goal, their athletic goal, or become wealthy, or got a college degree, or had a happy life, you can do it too. We're all made of the same stuff, created by the supreme architect we call God in the same way. What is possible for one is possible for all. Not in the same mode or fashion, as we're all unique, but none of us are junk, and we can all achieve our desires. But first we must change the mind that got us in this mess in the first place. As Paul put it so well in Romans 12:2, be you transformed by the renewal of your mind. Now the second step, now that you have mastered your self-talk and stopped sabotaging yourself, you've probably reached your goal. If you stayed on that diet, worked hard in school, got that degree or whatever the change you wanted to make, you are now celebrating. Now what? Are we through? Just celebrate and then we go back to life as it was before? Oh no. That's where most people fail in the process of changing our lives. Our life experience and our reality. You cannot put new wine into the same old bottle. Remember the words of the master. You have to change your life in key ways or you will be back fat, poor, sad, lonely, or whatever you were when you started your change quest. After you reach your goal, your life can never be like it was before you got into the condition you were in. The same actions cause the same results. You have to put a new cause into your subconscious mind in order to get a new effect. You have to change your thinking and then change your life. That's the slogan of religious science or science of mind. It's the same thing. Religious science is the organization, science of mind is the teaching. It doesn't say have a new thought and then you can think what you want to. No, you have to change your thinking and keep it changed, or you will get what you had, not what you want. You must, in a very real sense, be born again as a thin person, a college grad, a married person, whatever your perfect state of being is. You must become what you wish to experience. The outer reality of your life is just a mirror of everything that you are inside. Your hopes, your fears, your loves, your likes and dislikes, your prejudices, attitudes, cultural and religious beliefs. These are all what is projected in the movie screen of your life in front of us each day. To change the movie, you have to shoot a new one. That begins and ends in your mind. You change by changing what you say to yourself, what you think about on a consistent basis, and what choices you make or fail to make, because failing to make a choice you needed to make is just as powerful as making the wrong one. No one can do it for you. I can help. I can teach you how, but you must do the work. We talked a lot about weight and diet today, but this works on any change you wish to make, from abundance, health, love, great sex life, you name it. Do you have the grit, the guts, and the desire to get it done this year and stop dreaming your precious life away? Every day you neglect to start on your dream quest to get it done is a day you can't get back in this life. If you do, I'll support you every step of the way. If you need help, get a copy of This Thing Called Life by Ernest Holmes, or my book, Death of Religion, Dawn of Spirituality, where the second section tells you in detail how to do all the things I've mentioned. Both are on Amazon.com or BN.com, which is BarnesandNoble.com. These books will be how-to books on how to really change your life. They're like owner's manuals for your life. Pick them up today. May you walk in the light of love and peace until we meet again. Bye-bye for now. This is Reverend DeRay Jacques Patlian.